And there we are. We live, we live, we live. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay. What's going on, everybody? Listen, my name is Coach Terri Bryant, and I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. And this is my girl Kelz with the Intel, who's also a Dallas Cowboys fan. This is our weekly Dallas Cowboys female analysis. And and then welcome to Hits and Heels. If you have not been on Hits and Heels before, our regular broadcast is on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. But because I'm a Cowboys fan and we just always got something to talk about with the Cowboys, and we don't care about what nobody else say or think about
One
our
of
Cowboys,
them.
we decided to just go ahead and do our own analysis and let us say what we got to say about our own Cowboys. Because what I'm trying to say for right now, Kels, is how in the heck did we lose to the Panthers?
It was. It's. I'm still trying to shake my head. I'm still trying to piece and wrap my head around this game. It was so many miscommunications and with our defense, and the offense was good, but then they still abandoned the run. I think they got 19 carries for 32 rushing yards or something like that. Rico Dowdle, hold on, I have my
Just
stats
totally
right.
just totally
Well,
just
I mean,
annihilated us. 239 yards from scrimmage, 30 carries for 183 yards catching. He finished with 239.
yeah, and he said buckle up, but of course,
He said y'all didn't buckle up. And then Bryce Young was efficient. He was 17 of 25 for 199 yards, 3 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. But Dak was also solid. 25 of 34, 261 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. For him to have no turnovers in a game, I mean, to me is we doing good when he doing turnovers.
yeah,
George
but
Pickens showed
our
up for
offense,
us.
yeah. I mean,
But
everybody's
okay,
talking about
but if
that.
our offense is doing what they're supposed to do, our defense got to get stops.
Yeah, it's only so much our offense can do. And it used to be a point in time where our defense will have to be the one to carry the team, but
Yes,
we have been so imbalanced for so many years. It doesn't matter who is leading the team. Something has to
it's
be done.
always something.
It's always something. And I don't know what's going on. Like Flus, I
Ain't
do,
getting. He ain't
yeah.
getting it.
And everyone's saying like fire Flus and all this other stuff, but no one has an answer. Like, okay, who are you going to get?
Then who's gonna come in? Who are you gonna bring
Who's
in?
going to come in? We're 7 weeks in. You
Yeah,
have
I mean,
Washington, Denver,
any good coach should be already working right now, have a job right now.
right? So you're gonna bring someone in off the streets to do a
That
whole new
that ain't
system,
that ain't had no job
and
to
you
do a
have
whole new system.
right, and you have 3 critical games back to back. You have Washington, Denver, and Arizona, and you have a bye week.
Yeah.
Who are you going to get to come in? If anything, if you're talking about letting him go and bring someone else in, it's going to be in-house, and you're not going to be happy about that. And the only other person I could think of that can do that is Andrew Whitecotton, who is our defensive passive coordinator.
That's already on the staff.
That's already on the staff, so it's going to be
Yeah.
someone in-house.
Yeah, somebody in house that you can promote into the DC position.
Yeah, that already knows the system, that
Yeah,
already
yeah,
establish a rapport with the players and
report with
everything.
players. Yeah,
And
but you
then the
can't
thing
bring
is,
somebody new.
right, and you would have thought that Flus would have been in his bag because you played a heavily predominantly zone team and you still couldn't do anything. And now when you look at it, like we really don't have no tape as far as blitzing because Flus don't do a lot of blitzing. You ran a cover 0, and Rico Dowdle saw right through that and ran right through you.
Ran right through it.
And now the teams that we're getting ready to play is looking and say, oh, okay, we could run right through them and we could pass through them because one, we still not stopping the run, and we have a team that don't tackle. So the running and the passing for, the opposing team offensive line is, they're going to take advantage of that.
I think what I have a problem with is you guys are paid professionals, the highest level. On defense is, and I'm not downplaying defense or any of the coverages or any DCs, or I'm not downplaying none of it. My husband is a defensive coach. But at the end of the day, defense is find the ball and get to the ball. You always look for the pass first. If it's not a pass and it's a run play, then now you got to make the tackle. And we can't make tackles.
Yeah.
Football 101. Football 101. Like, this is some middle school stuff that I'm dealing with at my level in middle school football. We shouldn't be dealing with this, with looking at it at the professional level, especially with the Dallas Cowboys, when even in all the years when we haven't got any type of a Super Bowl, our defense has always come through and has always been on point. Always. Even when our quarterbacks have failed us over the years, our defense has always carried us, and it's not carrying us this season. Like, look at the fall off from when Quinn left. He's only been gone 2 years. It ain't even been 2 years. Has it been 2 years?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
It's the 3rd year. But look how just far our defense has fallen off since Quinn left. Like, it shouldn't be that much. It shouldn't be that much of a drop. I get it. It's a new system. But God dang it, there's rules to the game. If you're running a cover 2, a cover 4, a cover 3, a cover 0, there's still basic rules that come with running those coverages that should be standard across the board, as far as how to read your keys and who you're supposed to either guard or block or whatever. And then if you're in man, it's your man.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much more cut and dry than on offense. You know what I mean? And so, and I'm just not understanding. Like, I just don't understand on this level. Like, we look like, we look worse than high school or middle school, with the arm tackles, and you're not stepping on their toes. You're
missing your blocks.
You're missing blocks. I don't get it. These type of things should not be happening to the magnitude that is happening with the Dallas Cowboys on this level. And it's so disappointing.
And now it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm not pushing the panic button yet, but I do know there have been talks with Flus and the personnel he has, especially on secondary, and they've asked if they can play more man, because that entire room is predominantly man press, corners, and high single safeties. You have Donovan Wilson playing in space when he's not supposed to be playing in space. And then I looked at this game. You have Reddy as your nickel. And that's why I've been very vocal. I said a lot of people was complaining and talking about Jordan Lewis. I say, yeah, you're going to miss a good thing when it's gone. Now we have nobody basically as that nickel corner because he stands in the middle and he is the communicator between the secondary and whoever is the green dye helmet, who is the middle linebacker for the front seven. So he communicates between them two. So that is missing. So yeah, I bet y'all missing Jordan Lewis now. And then you have Bland on the out. You have Trayvon Diggs on the out. Trayvon Diggs is telling Dono where to go, and he's looking like, oh, where I'm supposed to go. And then what happened? Tedderone McMillan made that big old play that landed him in the end zone. So he got his first 2 touchdowns of the season with us. And we've been having the issue where we are like the pharmaceutical store. Everybody come through Dallas and find out what their problem is, and they get it straight with us. This should have been a game that should have been locked in when we got there. We could have left out that building out of BOA with 27 points in the win. Like it's really no excuse.
There's just no excuse. I mean, it just seems like the problem that we're having on the middle school level with the players not having a lack of IQ and just not having the dog in them anymore is starting to trickle into the pros. I don't get it. Because sometimes even flus, sometimes I felt like that he put them in place to be successful. They just didn't make the play. They just didn't make the tackle.
Yeah, and that's what is.
And I don't. And so at that point, you can't blame the coaches.
No, this was a all team, a whole team loss. Like I said, they abandoned the run. Yeah, you could tell that Cavante Turpin was missing, especially when it came to the returns, because he sets up the O-line with those returns.
He does.
So yeah, that was missing. And our special teams really haven't had the opportunity to get going because the issues that we've been having on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah. So I really can't grade the special teams really if they really haven't had the chance to get going. I just don't know. And I'm like, what can be done? Like, we have all this draft capital and this trade equity now. Like we need another linebacker. I'm gonna be real. We need another linebacker. We need another edge rush, and we need some help with. I don't know, because when you look at the roster, we still have predominantly everyone that Dan Quinn. From Mike Nolan, Dan Quinn, and Zimmer. We still have that roster on defense.
Right. So have they gotten old? I mean, what is the problem?
No, it's not that they got old. It's just that during those regimes, we have drafted players that played man. We have no zone. The only zone person we have that Flus drafted was Savon Revel Jr., who was our 3rd round draft pick from this year. He's still on IR. His 21, I think, his 21-day practice window has opened. It opened sometime last week. I have to pull the practice reports up again. But yeah, he plays zone. But he's the only zone corner we have. And he's tall. And he knows how to cover. But he needs another zone corner to help corner.
Okay. Girl, I don't know what to tell you. It was just disappointing because you're thinking, okay, this should be I'm not saying an easy win. I expected it to be a close game, but I thought we would win it regardless, right? And so that's the only thing. It's just disappointing. Here we go with this foolishness. I'm still gonna talk my smack for my Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? But it's still disappointing when we're back to this square one.
Yeah, and like where I live at, we're a melting pot, so we have all teams basically. But
how in the world did Washington lose to Chicago?
I'm telling you, every
The
time
same way we did.
and you should have saw me. I got my face turned red again. I got pissed off again because I'm like, we should have beat Chicago.
Yes.
But I mean, Washington has a whole lot of issues going on too. So it's a lot going on in this National Football League. Like I could tell people right now, I because I live here, I don't think Scary Terri will be set to go. He has a quad injury. He hasn't started practicing yet. His 21-day window has not started. So I don't know if they put him on IR or they just letting him sit out for a couple of weeks to see how it is. But I don't think he will be ready to go on for Sunday. But that still don't mean anything because I had, even before Terri got hurt, I had the Chargers winning the game, really. But Scary Terri wasn't in that game. Noah Brown wasn't there. They missed. They had some other players that was out. That was Jaden Daniels' first game back. They came back at halftime, and they blew SoFi out the water, and they came back up this way with the win. So anything is possible when you missing like your lethal weapons. So I'm not putting anything past us. I mean, I already have this game anyway as a loss. Because I have a splitting the division. So, but one thing I can say with what happened Sunday, what happened with the Eagles loss on Thursday, and with this Washington loss that happened last night, the NFC East is up for grabs. Wide open. We're only a game and a half
behind.
Game and a half behind
because of that old stupid tie.
Right.
Yeah.
And then check this out. Green Bay is in the league of the division with the tie, but there's I forgot the other team. They have 4 wins already. But Green Bay is in the league, and they just put the playoff picture up. And now Green Bay is sitting in the number 2 seed with the tie.
Gotcha.
It's crazy. And like I'm looking at the stats from this game. Like I said, I get mad all over again because it's like it's no excuse. So our defense through week 6, this is versus 2020, the COVID year, versus now. So in 2020, the defense allowed 2,460 total yards. They ranked Hey V, they ranked 28th. They allowed 6.01 yards per play. They ranked 25th. Their opposing passing rating was 106.1 and they ranked 25th. They allowed 56 rushing first downs. They ranked 31. Their conversion rate, their third down conversion rate was 48.8 and they ranked 27. That was 2020. Let's bring it to this year for the first 6 weeks of 2025. They allowed 2,470 total yards. They ranked 32nd. They allowed 6.18 yards per play. They ranked 30. Their opposing passer rating is 116.9. They ranked 32. They allowed 61 rushing first downs. They ranked 32. For third down conversion rate, their third down conversion rating is 53.2 and they ranked 32. They have been last in everything. So this year you have the number one offense and you have the 32nd defense. I think you're on mute.
I am. My bad. We got my dog started barking. We got the absolute worst defense in the league.
And I just don't know.
There's just nothing to say. So I kind of want to cut today short because the Black Women Love Football is starting an NFC East chat at I think at 8.
I think I saw something about that when I was scrolling through.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's gonna cut in. So I was like, well, maybe we could cut ours up on cut it short today just so we can kind of go in and chime in on that one. Hey, what's up, Unc? Shout out Birmingham. How about them Cowboys?
But we can always how often is that? What do you mean how often is that, V? Before
what were you talking about, V? I'm sorry, we missed what you were saying, baby. Oh, she said they're not going to do it tonight. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Oh,
okay. Well, going forward, we might have to just go 30 minutes because if they started at 8:00, I want to be in on that. And it's the NFC East or whatever. And I don't know why we wasn't invited on there anyway, but we need to chime in on that one. And they said they were doing it on Tuesdays at 8. And I was like, that's cool. We can do 30 minutes.
Yeah, because I mean the way this team
the way this team is getting on our last nerve. Listen, we can just come on and be like, listen, these jokers.
It was just like
oh, V makes no sense. How you have the number one offense, the best offense in the league, and the worst defense in the league. Like it's like on Friday. We just can't get nothing to match. We milk, peanut butter with no jelly. You know what I'm
saying? And my thing is, but my thing is, okay, so he's the coordinator. So I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it in both ways. Okay. If I'm the offensive coordinator, of course, this is what I want to do, and this is how I want to do it, But I'm watching how my team is imploding. And as a defensive mind, because, like I said, I used to play, I dabbled in, and, I played defense, DT and DE. if I'm looking and I'm seeing my team imploding, the guys that I'm carrying, I have to do something. It's just like a teacher. If I'm teaching my heart out and all this other stuff and my students is not getting it, I have to find other ways and other avenues to say, okay, how can I make this work? Because we're not communicating on the same page. Okay, if I know my whole entire secondary room is man press, that's what I have to play.
I'm you're preaching to the choir. I believe that coaches, you have to go with the strength of your team.
And just like just like Quinn, and Quinn is a great coach, don't get me wrong, but just like Dan Quinn, Flus is stubborn and stuck in his ways. And like I said, Steven was the one that brought him back. Stephen Jones was the one that brought him back. Okay. And I remember Flus from the old Cowboy days. Okay. And is it more personnel? It's both.
It's a combination. It's a combination of both. Yeah.
So I'm remembering Flus back from the days because, hey, Soror. Oh, I was sharing him on my group. That's my sorority sister. So, I'm Flus is the reason why we have a Sean Lee. He's the reason why we have a DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the reason why we have a DeMarcus Ware. He's the reason why I want to say he brought in Jay Ratliff. That's the one I'm sure I'm questioning. But he's also the reason why we have a Jalen Smith. I mean, he has a nice resume of good Cowboy players that he brought in during his first tenure with us. And he's a good linebacker coach. I mean, I'm not discrediting him on any way. But at that time, that team was playing 50% zone and 50% man based on the teams that they were playing during those seasons. So why is it in 2025 you stall? Like you're just playing completely zone. We're not a zone team. I know you want to play zone. I know you want to play a 3-4 zone with the one tech, which is the nose tackle. I get that. But you have a predominantly man press coverage team that can go anywhere between a cover 2 and a cover 4. And you have a safety that you're putting in space that you're not supposed to put in space. Oh, and then you decide that you want to play base defense. I know Maris Leofow. He is a good base defense linebacker. But your whole front seven is not base defense. I just don't know how to make it clearer than that. I don't know.
I just know I wish I was a James Franklin where somebody would just give me a job, let me mess up, and then pay me $50 million to go away. Because it's basically it's the same situation. These coaches get, again, they get shuffled around. And it's just a never, you get fired here, then you get picked up over here. You get fired here, but there's a reason why it's not working where you're at. And then your system doesn't work everywhere for every system. You've got to figure out a way to use your talent and create a system based off of what you have. I'm gonna live and die by that philosophy.
I mean, but the thing is, it's common sense.
It's common sense,
but
common sense is no longer common.
Yeah, and that's what my pastor has always said. Common sense ain't common for common folk. I was like, I get it. But I mean, like I said, firing Flus is not the option right now. Because who you going to replace him with? You can't bring Al Smith back. I mean, not Al Smith, Al Harris back. Because it's a whole bunch of stuff with that people don't know. They don't know contracts. They don't know this and they don't know that. You can't bring them back. You got my vote. Okay, so Sora, here's the thing. There is a GM in Dallas, and it's really not Jerry Jones. It is Will McClay. And he just had a birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, Will McClay.
And Will McClay, that's my boy right there. I'm gonna try to meet up with him on Christmas Eve before I go to Richmond for Christmas, because I won't be able to be in the area when they come here to play. So I'm gonna try, with all the last minute Christmas hustle and bustle, I'm gonna try to get to the hotel so I can shoot the breeze with him. But he's basically like the GM without the title. Because I personally asked him. Last year, like, you're doing the roles and the responsibilities of a general manager. Why he's so bullheaded and not just give
and not just go ahead and give you the title?
A title. I mean, you're doing the work. And the only thing he did, like, we were sitting at the bar.
That's how we get treated. We always get treated that way.
Yeah, he just sat back, put his hands up, and he said, "Kelz." Anybody call me Kelz, they know we're on a personal level because that's my nickname. Yeah. And he was like, "Kelz, I'm just doing my job." I said, "Say less." I've read everything.
I mean, it's got to be the ultimate dream if you are any type of an NFL fan and your profession is in professional football and you have an opportunity to work for the freaking Dallas Cowboys. What a better job. What a better job. Did Kelz just freeze on us?
Probably. I don't know.
You bet.
Okay. And I could be real with you. He trusts Will McClay more than he do Stephen Jones.
His own son.
I'm not saying what I hear. I'm saying what I know.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Because when you look at it, Stephen sits next to him, but he defers to Will McClay on a lot of stuff.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. And so on the other show that I'm on, and we was talking about it, there's two people that's on the West Coast that can really help this team out. I mean, I really can't say because it's still kind of considered legal tampering because we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And everything. So you still got to be careful because you never know who's watching and all this other stuff. But we're not a part of the Dallas Cowboys. So this is just talking stuff, but I do know that there is two that can really help this team out. But the thing is, So with this year's with this upcoming draft, we're going to have 2 first-round picks. So let's say if the season ended today.
Ooh, do they need a safety?
All of our resources need to go towards defense. So from
because
what
I know a young man that'll be eligible to come out this year, and he's killing it in the SEC.
So let me tell you. So before the draft, if we're talking about, we have until November 4th at 4 p.m. to trade, get someone in free agency. So if we're talking about trading one of these draft picks, I will keep the first round. I still say keep the first round. There's 2 that is on the NFC West that I would love. But now that 2 went to 1 because he just had a season-ending surgery.
Oh my goodness.
And he's out for the year. But he might be out for a majority of next year because of the kind of injury that he had. But there's still 1 remaining. But this player, we're talking about taking on his entire contract that is remaining. And we got to give up 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds. To me, it's not as much as I know he will help that linebacker core. We have close to $32 million in cap space. If we roll that over until next year's league year, we're going to have close to $80 million.
Ooh, you can do a lot with $8 million.
Because not only that, we still have Dak and CeeDee Lamb, who contract has a restructuring clause that also releases $24 million off of each contract. So we're going to be going into the 2026 league year with close to $80 million in salary cap space. And that's not even including the dead cap money.
Okay.
We have to go into, each team has to go into the draft. I'm schooling everybody here, regardless of your team.
Education moment. Moment.
So when it's time to draft, each team has to have between $13 to $15 million in the draft capital bank to draft the rookies and the undrafted free agent rookies. So we still have enough to pay Brandon Aubrey. Oh, and we talking about
we don't pay Aubrey no time soon. Ooh, I'm a scream.
Listen. Even with George Pickens, because George Pickens is still on the Pittsburgh Steelers payroll.
They still paying him? Okay.
They still paying him. The only thing he's getting from us is $1.7 million, and that's really nothing. And that came out of this year's salary cap. But it also recouped when we got back the money from Micah Parsons' 5th-year option, because Green Bay Packers paid his 5th-year rookie option.
Okay.
So we got $20 million back off of that. So we paid him $1.7 million, but also look what we got back on the back end. So if we pay Pickens now, he is not going to affect this year's nor next year's salary cap. So it really won't roll over. It won't roll over until 2027. That's why we are so That's why we're so good right now. So we have the second most cap space in this year's season.
Okay, so we ain't paying nobody. This is what that sounds like to me.
Honestly, I'm thinking they're trying to roll it over, and I don't know what Jerry is going to do with the draft capital, because I do have the projected draft. Hold on, what we're looking at. Give me a minute, because it's all the way in the midst of. Let me find it. Dang, don't tell me I lost it.
Haley Harrison.
So all I know, we have I want to say we have it's between 11 to 12 draft picks, and that's including the one from Green Bay.
Okay.
So I mean, we're not far off schedule, because that's what we normally we're normally at anyway, we normally draft between 10 to 12 players. So if the season, let's say if the season were to end today, our regular draft pick is like pick 10. And then the one that we got from Green Bay is somewhere in the 20s, like the late 20s. So, and then I think we have a higher second round draft pick. I'm still trying to find it.
Gotcha.
So, if we were to draft, what to give up? I will keep the first, because we got 2 first round, and we gave up a third for George Pickens. But if it don't work out with George Pickens, then we get another third or fourth as a compensatory pick.
Okay. Yeah. If we got that much money, can we pay people? Let's make sure Aubrey and Pickett get paid.
He's the only one. He's the only one left.
Yeah.
He's the only one left
that needs to get paid. And if we got that much money already, let's go ahead and pay these people, especially Aubrey.
And kickers, and honestly, kickers really don't break your salary cap,
right?
Because they normally get a 4 or 5 year deal anyway. So we're talking about 6 or 7 million on a 4 or 5 year deal. So when you divide that, and plus Texas is a no tax state. So you're talking about 1.5, 1.7, maybe $2 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Give Butter whatever he wants. If he wants a 4 year deal that's worth $8 million,
Butter whatever he
give
wants.
it to him. Give it to him.
If he wants to stay with the Dallas Cowboys, and he wants as long of a contract as he can get, give it to him.
I mean, if he wants the security dog that secures the star at Frisco, give him the security dog. Whatever give him whatever he wants.
Yeah, he needs to get whatever he wants.
If he wants the helmet that sits in the war room Give it to
him. Give it to him.
Whatever he wants.
Yeah, whatever he wants, give it to him. He said that kicker from Chicago came clutch last night. Oh yeah, kickers. Yeah, girl. Yes, give him the keys to the city.
And he was drafted too. He was drafted. That kicker from Chicago. Him and Dicker the kicker. Lord, that's a name. Them two was drafted.
That is funny.
Yeah, I can't see. Yeah, I can't listen. As much as I love my single life, I can't see myself marrying somebody with that name. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my maiden name. I cannot. Nope. That's a name.
Yeah. That's just it. Okay. Well, who we got this week, girl? Who we got?
We got the team that is 30 minutes away from me. We'll be back home in the year 3030. We got the Washington Commodores.
So we there or at home?
Oh, it's in Texas.
It's in Texas. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, we don't really play well at home. To me, I think we play better away. Even though this game would, because I went to the last time they went to when they played at
No, I mean we handle business at home.
We handle business at that game.
Okay. Yeah, we handle business at home with the Skins. It's just that since Dan Quinn, we split the division last year with them. Not the division. We split the series with them.
He said we winning on Sunday.
I
Girl, we just said that.
I got that game.
We said that last week. We said we was winning Sunday, and we messed around and went and lost to the Panthers.
I had that game as an L since March. So,
which the Commodores?
Mm-hmm. I have a split in the series.
You have a split in the series again?
Yeah, because honestly, and this is the reason why I said it, because they're going to take majority of their players out on the Christmas game, because that's when we play them again.
Absolutely.
And they already going to secure a playoff berth. So they're going to take majority of their players out. So we're basically going to have our starters playing like their second and third string team. So that might be a win on that.
It should be a win.
Yeah, but I do know
Big Mike, the Cowboys need to get it together. We need to get it together. What she said, not if they stop losing. Not if they keep losing. V, we gonna get it together.
But the thing is, I thought they would have lost to like I said, to the Chargers, and they didn't have nobody, and they came back. They had a come to Jesus moment at halftime and came back in that second half.
The Chargers or Chicago?
No, the Chargers. When they went to SoFi last Sunday, and I had LA winning. I had the Chargers winning. And that's before all the injuries happened with Washington. They didn't have none of their key players. McLaurin wasn't there. Noah Brown wasn't there. Somebody else wasn't there. That was Jaden Daniels' first game back after missing 2 games.
Yeah, and you're gonna be rusty.
Yeah,
you're gonna be rusty after missing 2 games.
Yeah,
you gotta get your timing back.
Right. Yeah. And then like they had Jaden Daniels was working with the backups, just like how we was working with the backups, on our offensive line. And they came back at halftime, and that second half, they took that W with them out of SoFi Stadium. So I'm not saying that it's honestly
you know what?
It's not a possibility.
Any given Sunday, Anybody could win, anybody could lose. I mean and that's
and
what I love about the NFL. So
yeah, the only way I can see us winning if Flus will make some type of adjustments. Because if I'm not mistaken, no, I'm not mistaken. Because that's how Joe Witt and Dan Quinn are. They have a man press defense, so they're gonna be playing man. You cannot be playing man and Flus is playing zone. That whole is this game is going to be.
And then it's Dan. Dan is always going to take it personal when he plays the Cowboys, because I'm telling you, Dan
Because
is
majority of the team is still there when he
still
was
there. He knows their weaknesses. He knows their strengths. Right.
and
I
like
think Dan is a good coach, and I think he's been there long enough where he knows that. And I think he just does a better. I think he definitely does a better job. He does a way better job than Flus.
and plus he knows that and our entire defense is man to man press with a defensive coordinator that wants to play 100% zone. So you know he's going to cause chaos, and you know he's going to do like what the Panthers did.
Absolutely.
He's going to run. He's going to run a cover zero. He's going to run a cover zero.
Because our run defense is horrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to run cover zero majority of the time. And then it's going to be so much miscommunication again with our team.
Ooh, we need to get it together. Big Mike, we need to get it together. Ooh, Cowboys need to get it together.
I don't know what I'm like. My little dog. She had a birthday on Sunday. She could run through that defense.
Yeah.
She could run through our defense, and then
I've never seen of all the years of us complaining about, Dak and Romo and whoever else that we've had in the past, or the reason why we haven't been able to get to the next level. There was always one consistency that we've always had, and that's our defense has always been on point and has always carried us. But now that we've got our offense together, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm loving what Shoddy and Connor Riley and Clayton Adams is doing, but you could tell, like, I was looking at the post-game press conferences. They're pissed. They're not. I'm like, do you want me to get on the mic and say what y'all really want to say?
Make a freaking tackle. Read your keys. I mean, they're saying the same stuff. They're going to say the same stuff we say at middle school level. Come on, you got to read your keys. So V said Dan wanted to hit. You know what? I say it all the time. Dan wanted the head coaching job for the Dallas Cowboys. I really feel like that there was a couple of games, especially in the playoffs, where I feel like Quinn sabotaged McCarthy because he wanted the job.
Green Bay game, yeah.
Especially like that Green Bay game was one of them. I was like, how now all of a sudden you changing the defense for
but
what?
My thing is, how can you sabotage them? I mean, we took the division 12-5.
Yeah.
How could you sabotage? I mean,
because you were supposed. This is my conspiracy theory, because I was like, why did you change the defense when it was working?
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I don't think he sabotaged, and I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think he sabotaged that playoff game.
Okay.
Because Green Bay came out smoking, gun blazing.
Okay.
Or because they got the ball first, because we deferred to the second.
Yeah.
As soon as that kickoff happened, and I saw where whoever their returner was, where he landed, and then when I saw that first drive.
Series, yeah.
I said, "Oh, hell is about to
Here we
break
go.
loose,"
Yeah.
because I was seeing a lot of things with that defense that was going on. This is what I think happened. They put, and he's with Chicago now. They put Nashawn Wright in, and they played zone. The whole season, he was playing man to man.
That's what I'm saying. Why did you switch up?
And because it was
why
more,
reinvent the wheel? If something is working, you go with it. I don't get it.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because there was more to Stephon Gilmore's injury than what was being. So they switched. They switched the whole scheme
to accommodate him so that he could play. Okay, gotcha.
There you go.
What's up, Sharon Oxford? So let me tell y'all something about Sharon. Sharon is
and
not.
Plus, Trayvon Diggs was out. Trayvon Diggs was out.
That's right, he was out. Sharon Oxford is not a Dallas Cowboys fan. She is a total Kansas City Chiefs fan. Probably the biggest Kansas City Chiefs fan I have ever met in my life. Like she's got like the owner, all the coaches, Patty Cake, all them on speed dial. She's like you, Kelz. Just got all the intel. She's the Intelz for the Kansas City Chiefs. She's you for the Kansas City Chiefs. She knows
I have an idea.
Everybody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I know. I have an idea.
She said she liked Dakota.
Yes, I love. Look, Rain. I like Rain.
Yeah,
I like Rain Dakota too. But you know what? I have an idea. Since we play on Thanksgiving, we should do a Thanksgiving game edition. Bring her on, and we could talk about.
She gonna be because she gonna be at the game. Cause Sharon, aren't you going to the game?
No, I'm talking about that Tuesday. The Tuesday.
Oh, the Tuesday. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we can do that. Sharon, we can bring you on that Tuesday before the game before Thanksgiving. We can bring you on as a guest, and we're gonna talk about. We're gonna do Kansas City versus the Dallas Cowboys. We could do that. We can start doing that. We can start bringing other people on. Matter of fact, you know who we should have brought on today? We should have brought on Tony.
Oh, he a Panthers fan?
She's a Commanders fan.
Oh yeah.
She's in the group. She's like a huge command. She's like the number one Commanders fan in the group.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. Yeah, that Tuesday you'll probably be in Dallas that whole week. That's what I said. She'll probably be. And she said, "And we're gonna."
If you could squeeze some time that Tuesday,
come on my dang show talking no mess, sure.
But if you could squeeze some time in on Tuesday, that Tuesday before.
Yeah, we'll reach back out. Maybe that Tuesday before we'll try to bring you on.
Yeah.
Or we'll talk about it after the week after or something like that. Maybe the week after. If we can't get you that week, maybe for the week after.
And I'm like this, and speaking of like all of the quote unquote easy teams, they're basically gone. We played them.
Yeah, I get it. So the Loyal BBN fan show, that's my guy Mike Spencer, and he said he's on his way to work. He's actually overseas in Saudi Arabia, and he said go Cowboys and go.
I saw him. He was on what a couple
weeks ago. Yeah, and go Wildcats. So we play Texas this weekend.
Oh yeah,
Texas comes into town this weekend for the Wildcats. So yeah. He's a great fan, and I love his show too. But he talks all. If you're not a Wildcat fan, you won't like his show. But you got to be a Wildcat fan. That's what I say, Sharon. Who is easy? You talking about easy thing because the Panthers was supposed to be an easy team. The Chicago Bears was supposed to be an easy team, and we done lost to both of them jokers.
Hello,
ain't nobody easy. What we say, TT, any given Sunday.
Right.
That's what I love about the NFL. Any given Sunday, anybody can go.
We lost to teams that we should have got the W and rolled out.
Yeah, there are no easy teams. None. No easy teams. Because sometimes you just don't know what the matchups are. You don't know. I mean, there's just so many variables in a game that could sway the game. You know, the turnovers, the interceptions, the penalties. You know, depending on all of that, just plays a factor on how any game could go on any given Sunday.
Yeah. But with
Yeah,
that
so.
Carolina game, that Sean Robinson,
Ooh, I was so mad.
like he does not impress me at the slightest. But I'm like, who is this Sean Robinson? Because this ain't the one. This ain't the. I'm like, but then they also had Derek Brown. They had Nick Scorton. I wanted Nick Scorton. I wanted us to draft Nick Scorton. And then they had Rose Boone. And I said they are good. Those are the only ones. The only ones that was kind of iffy was Sean Robinson. But that offensive line, they had over 1,000 pounds, and little Javonte Williams could not get past them. I'm just I don't know. Like, I'm glad the NFL Network is not showing that game again, because I would have got pissed off all over again.
Yeah, just pissed off all over again. So y'all got the Raiders coming up. She said she got a poker face. So she said, yeah, anyone can be beaten, and they always play tough. They're third in the division right now. She's struggling. Yeah, because y'all always have been, starting off 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, whatever. Yeah, it would be tough. And it's hard because y'all been winning for so long and so consistently. We don't know nothing about that on a Cowboys level, but y'all have been winning for so long consistently on the next level as far as playoffs and stuff like that. Y'all are spoiled. Y'all just spoiled over there. Come on down to our level.
B, I just saw your comment. Every team brings this game.
Every team brings this game. Yeah.
I don't know if you was on when I said that we're like the CVS pharmacy for teams. When teams have problems, they come to us. They get fixed real quick. That was Chicago Bears, and that was the Panthers. Because I'm like we the CVS. Yeah, we the CVS.
You sitting here like, what in the what? So when you lose to those teams, and then when you play teams that, and then we play the team that I expected to get blown out by, and then we tie that one. Help me make it make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out, because after we lost Chicago, and then Chicago played, what was it, the Raiders?
And then lost.
And Raiders lost. I got pissed all over again. I told you I was mad. I was mad. Oh, I was mad. I was heated. And then I look at the Monday night game. My parents, they not real big football fans and stuff, but they like the little Commodores. They like little Jaden Daniels and stuff. And I'm watching this game. I got pissed all over again, because I'm like, we could have beat Chicago. Like, they was running the same playbook.
Same. They didn't do anything different. Yeah.
Nothing new. And I'm sitting here like, why we didn't beat them?
Yeah.
But it's our defense.
Everybody wants to rattle patty cake, though. You know what I mean? Because we don't never. I don't know why we don't never get to play.
Listen, Sharon, shade, no shade. Okay, but you're gonna agree with me when I say this, okay? When you listen to Lil Pat, I call him Lil Pat. When you listen to him talk, don't he sound like one of those old school junkyard mechanics that wear overalls, and he has one hanging down, and he got a cigarette on the side of his mouth with a pot belly, talking about, I could fix your carburetor for $50. Don't he sound like one of the? You know what I'm talking about, Sharon?
Girl, do not say nothing about Sharon's patty cake.
I just say he's a good quarterback, but when you listen to him talk, when you listen to him talk, don't he sound like that?
Is that how that's how he sound? You funny. Denver and the Chargers have a respectful feud. So Denver, of course, has our nephew Devin Key on there. Shout out to the Keys who we had on our podcast last week. And then the Chargers has the defensive, I think the DB coach or one of the defensive coaches is Coach Stephen Clinkscale. And he was at Kentucky at one time before our son was there. My son went to the camp while he was there, and he had a son that played at Frederick Douglass with my son, and so we kind of know they them kind of our people. So I don't be mad at Denver and the Chargers. Them my people. Them my people. She says she's used to him now. He just sounds like patty cake, but that's hilarious. He does. He does. He just his voice doesn't match like his body. He's funny.
You know, but that voice, he like, yeah, I can fix your carburetor for $50.
She said the Chargers shoot him up. Yeah, and I like the Chargers. I like the Chargers.
Yeah, and we played them the day before my birthday.
Oh, you're so right. He said 6 losses in the East Division will go to the playoff. Yeah, Eagles are beatable. Yes,
they are until we play them because
till we play them.
Yeah, because Big Fangio, he loves to run that cover 6 on us, and everybody just look up what the cover 6 is. He runs cover 6, 31% of the time with us when he only uses it 90%. I mean 19% of the time throughout the league year. But he knows that the cover 6 and the T stunts are is where Dak struggles. So Vic Fangio is Dak's arch nemesis. And he runs that cover 6 so much. And when he does the T stunts, it will flush Dak out because Dak is a righty. So he will flush him out to his left. So he can't throw the ball on his right because he has to contort his whole body. And then when the safeties and the linebackers come towards him and wrap around him, it forces Dak to run into a zone, knowing he's going to get stopped. So, yeah, they're beatable, but not with us. I think I have us losing both
games to the Eagles this year.
Yeah. I have to look at my score prediction again, but Vic Fangio runs that cover 6 on us like it gets run through more than a hole at a church.
The Giants is also uplifted by the 2 rookies, Scatterboo and Jackson Dart.
Man, that's Scatterboo. Okay, I have a question. What is your take with what the ball did going into that tent, that blue tent?
Well, who did?
So when Jackson Dart, he had to go into the blue tent, which means that Russ had to go in for a couple of series.
Right.
And the ball didn't like that. And they gave, to me, it gave a bad taste. It gave a bad taste in my mouth. Because,
so he went
into the blue tent to see
Dart had to go
going on. Yeah. To see what was going on with
and
Dart.
So Wilson had to come in for a couple of series.
Yeah, and during that series, he didn't.
And the head coach was pissed.
Yeah, and he did not watch what was going on.
Jameis Winston in.
Good. Oh, because he wasn't activated. He was the third QB, even though he was dressed. He was the emergency QB, and they don't activate the emergency QB. Automatically, yeah.
Okay.
But that didn't look right to me.
Is balling, right?
Yeah.
And so, and everybody knows I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but y'all know I have Robinson on the team, number 17, because he played at Kentucky. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of players. I'm not a fan of the team. And then Jackson Dart played. We got Kentucky got their last SEC win against Jackson Dart at Ole Miss. That was our last SEC win over a year ago. Yeah, so we haven't had a SEC win in a minute, and it was against Jackson Dart at Ole Miss. And then you said Commanders were surge late. I think Commanders will. I think Commanders will get it together.
Yeah, they will
As
get
long
it together more than us.
as long as Daniel stays healthy, if he continues, if whatever was just nagging him that had him out for a couple of days, continues nagging him, that could be a problem for the Commanders. And I believe I think we'll skid into the playoffs this year if we get our defense together.
You see my eye?
I see your eye. But we got to get that defense together. We got to get that defense together. So I hear you, Mr. Brown. You haven't seen Devin, yeah. I low-key
okay,
for
I
him.
pulled it up. I got it. So if the
I'm
season
cheering for Devin Key all day. And I have a cousin on that team, on that team too. Marvin Mims Jr. is my cousin. He plays also for Denver.
Yeah. So I have the draft order for us, and this is without the compensatory picks. They haven't came in yet. Okay. So if the season were to end today, the Cowboys will have in round 1, pick 12. Round 1, pick 29, which came from Green Bay. Round 2, 44. Round 4, 112. Round 5, 153. Round 5, 177.
So my baby got to be the 29th. It's gonna have to be the 29th pick, so he can go first round.
Yeah.
So can you tell Will to draft my baby?
I told him
because you need a safety, and he's versatile. He could play both zone and man. Yeah, and he could play that nickel.
I told him to target him in my Sorrel son. Then we have round 7, 224, and round 7, 233. So those are the initial picks. The compensatory picks has not been given out yet. So like I said, we normally have between 10 to 12.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's with the compensatory pick. So I don't know what the compensatory pick is going to be right now.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well that sounds good. Okay, cool. All right, so Commanders, what's the score? And then we gonna get up out of here because I got a game tomorrow. So I gotta go add some plays to my play sheet so I can get it printed.
It's sad to say, because the way that this defense is now, we have to score more than 30 points. We have to. It's going to be one of them crazy ass numbers. Commanders 37, Cowboys 35. That's what I have.
37-35. Oh, wow. So another high scoring game.
It's going to be a high scoring game, even though they say that we are the 2.5 favorites, but that don't mean a damn thing to me. That's just defense.
Thanks, Sharon. Tomorrow's getting ready to be our last game of the season. This season didn't go well for us at all. And I'm getting blamed for it because this was my first year as an offensive coordinator, but I don't care.
It's your first year. Maybe you need to wear a visor like Shotty. Shotty be wearing them visors.
A visor.
Get a visor. Because when Shotty feels good, he wears it backwards.
He turns it around.
But I mean, I so bad want this for Shotty. I do. Because he is trying to change the culture of this team.
Yeah.
Right? And like when they were getting ready for the Jets, they do have an in-house DJ that controls the aux for the team. So they was playing like all New York style music. They played Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie.
Yeah.
And when they was getting ready for Carolina, they was playing Petey Pablo and everything. So that's one of the things he's doing. Like, so I'm guessing because Washington is coming to town, they're gonna be playing some go-go. And I'm a go-go head. I'm from DC.
I can see that.
I'm a text for McClay. I'm a text him tonight. I said, okay, I know practice is tonight, and I know what Shotty is doing. I'm gonna send him my go-go list. Like, don't play the commercial go-go. I love me some Chuck Brown, but don't play the commercial go-go. Don't play EU doing the butt. Chuck Brown's Run Joe. I Need Money. No, you want some backyard. You want some junkyard. You want some TOB, some TCB. You want that go-go. You want that go-go.
Gotcha.
Play go-go.
Well, Coach Bryant just came in and he wanted me to ask you this question.
Tell him to come on. Tell him to come on the screen.
I know. He said, why is Tony Dorsett's number not retired?
The Cowboys never retire numbers. They don't. They never had. And our running back that we have now is the first one to wear number 33.
33.
Since Tony Dorsett.
Since Tony Dorsett
like they're not letting anybody wear number 8. They're definitely not letting anyone wear number 12.
Okay.
Nobody is wearing 22.
Right.
Who was it that? So when Emmitt Smith came onto the team, they got permission from Bob Bullet Hayes' family
for him to wear 22.
22. And if anybody know who Bob Hayes was, he was at the time the first player to win a Super Bowl and an Olympic gold medal. He wore number 22 for the Cowboys. He's a FAMU Rattler. He's a part of the HBCU College Hall of Fame. So yeah, that's what happened. And the 88s are different because there's more players that wore the jersey number 88. But the reason why is now more significant is more it's more recognized now with the 4 is because after we had a place kicker, I can't think of his name, but he was there during the early Tom Landry years, and he wore the number 88. But after him, Drew Pearson wore the number 88. So the reason why they call him, so the reason why they say Drew Pearson is the original 88 because it became synonymous with the wide receivers.
Yeah.
So now the 88s is only for the wide
receiver.
Yeah. So after
not just any wide receiver, the featured wide receiver.
Yeah. Because CeeDee Lamb was technically supposed to wear number 10. And then a couple of hours later, it changed from 10 to 88.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but even like with the number 54, who had it before? I think who
I
had
can tell you.
54?
Let me ask my Coach Bryant. Coach Bryant. Coach Bryant. He must not be listening because I can tell you who had 54 because my husband used to be a Dallas Cowboys fan prior to him becoming a San Francisco fan.
I
And
can't see how people do that.
he said that he did not like the fact that they fired Tom Landry via fax. And so he took that personal. He felt like Dallas Cowboys should have given that man a little bit more respect than firing him via fax.
But
And
the thing,
so
but the thing
so
about
that's
it was,
how he was like, I am done with the Dallas Cowboys.
but it
And
wasn't via fax. But the thing was, Bum Bright wanted to do it, but Jerry Jones' hot-headedness decided to fly to where he was and fired him. Honestly, I think Bum Bright should have done it. But when I watched The Gambler. I'm on. I have to watch episode 6. But on the first 5 episodes, in one of those episodes, they said who was there at the time, and I watched that interview after watching the show, that episode, and Jerry Jones, his arrogant ass, looked at Bum Bright and said, "I could do your job too," because he was the general manager of the Cowboys as well. So he looked at him and said, "I could do your job too." And since then, Jerry Jones was the owner, the president, the VP, and the general manager.
And
I think he should have let Bum Bright to do that, because I think that would have softened the blow a little bit. But Jerry, Jerry is Jerry. Jerry is Jerry. But I mean, like, I was a kid at the time. Like when I became a fan, Tom Landry was still the coach. So, and my granddaddy could have rolled out too. But he stuck with the team. But yeah, Jerry just need to get out of his own way. But I'm trying to think who wore, because I know my boy Randy White. I love me some Randy White. I need to call him. He'll be in my area this weekend, and I'll be in Richmond for my nana's 85th birthday. I'm trying to think who wore 50. No, he wore 55. So Randy White wore 54. But somebody else wore 54 before him. But anyway, I know he wore 54, and really I don't think nobody else wore 54 really after Randy White until Jalen Smith came in.
Okay.
And 55, Leroy Jordan, and he just recently passed away, and that was my granddaddy's favorite linebacker during that time. He wore 55, and LVE, Leighton Vander Esch, he wore 55. But as far as like the jerseys and stuff, like we don't officially retire jerseys, and even the Washington Commanders, they really don't. The only one that they really retired recently was Joe Theismann. It's not Theismann, it's Theismann. And if you ever in this area, you have to go to his restaurant. His restaurant is amazing.
Hollywood Henderson 55?
Yeah, he did. And who?
Does Dallas play on the road in the winter months? The cold weather determines much for all the teams vying for a playoff spot.
Yeah, because you know how Cowboys can get in December.
It's cold.
You know how we can get.
Yeah, if it's cold, we're not getting ready to play well at all.
Yeah,
we're not getting ready,
and
we're not
that's
getting
one
ready to
thing.
play well at
Like,
all. That's why
and
I'm
that's one
glad we
thing. Like,
play
what?
Eagles first there,
Yeah,
as opposed to when we play them again, it'll be in at AT&T. So
yeah, and
he
then
said Randy
another.
White is the master. He's the
That's my
man.
buddy. I listen. When I say I talk to Randy almost like maybe once or twice a week. That's how close we are. I love me some Randy. He like, and sometimes we have a group. We have a group call between myself and my other girls. We call ourselves Randy's Angels. I tell you.
Well, you have to
And
bring him on. Ask him to come
yeah,
on here on a Tuesday.
yeah, but
Just say hi to the people. I know he don't like doing all that.
No, the thing is, he's very personable. Like when, yes, let me tell. So when it's this big show that happens in my area, the CSA shows. It happen 3 times a year, and they bring these players during these 3 days. And now they got us with the common folk because the Cowboys and the Steelers will close out the CSA show like that Sunday. And the only people you'll see there are Cowboys and Steeler fans. So it's an expo. They have vendors that sell, memorabilia and all this other stuff. And then the players come. Then you'll meet some of the surviving members of the Negro Baseball League. They will be there, and they will have actors that's from like a lot of sports movies and everything that's there. But when Randy White comes, and I will call him, I say, hey, I'm getting ready to leave out the house. I'm on the way. He said, okay, just call me when you get there. And as soon as I call him, I said, hey, I'm here. And he was like, okay, let me finish signing these last bit of helmets, because they be backstage signing like other memorabilia that has to get shipped off somewhere. And then he said, okay, give me like 5 minutes. And I told him, I'm at our normal meeting spot, which is normally like the photo booth area.
Yeah.
And he'll come out, he'll tap me on the shoulder and everything, and we'll be talking, and he'll just walk around the crowds and all this other stuff, even though they have like security with them and stuff. But he's very nice and personable. He's very nice and personable.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, you need to get one of your grandkids. I said, I want to get you on one of the shows that I do so you could talk to the people. But he ain't that tech savvy.
Most of them aren't at that age.
Because when we was there, this was like the first CSA show that they did since COVID, and that was like the summer of 2021. And we had to teach him how to FaceTime on his iPhone. Yeah, and Tony Dorsett, he's also he's also going to be there as well this year. I'm gonna miss all my little buddies with the Cowboy Legends. Tony Dorsett going to be there, Drew Pearson.
And where's this at? Because I need to be there. Where's this at?
This is at the Dallas Expo in Chantilly, Virginia. And it has
Dallas Expo.
The Dallas, DULL. Yeah, it's right. And it's Chantilly. Chantilly, Virginia. And it's literally like 5 minutes. Betty, would you say like 5-10 minutes from the airport? Yeah,
I just need to look up what's the date?
So for the fall show is this weekend, the 17th through the 19th. I'm gonna have the spring, because the spring is going to be in April. That first week, I want to say that first weekend in April, because I'm cool with some of the people that work for the CSA show. And Emmett Smith comes.
I need to be there.
I'm telling you, and it's fun.
Okay, so you need to send me the whole who all's gonna be there. Yeah, she lives in the DMV, Sharon. I need to know who all's gonna be there because I need to be there.
I got you.
Like Too Tall, Harvey Martin, unbelievable frontline.
Yeah. Too Tall has been. Let me tell you about Too Tall. Oh, I'm giving y'all all the intel tonight. So Too Tall.
You are Kelz with the Intelz.
So this was the summer show of 2019, and this was in July, because they used to do the summer shows in July, and they would try to squeeze it in before all the teams will report to training camp. So now they have moved it to June and everything during their 3-week vacation period before going to training camp. So Ed Too Tall Jones, I met him. One of my good girlfriends, Lisa from New Jersey. She flew down to this show. So we was chilling with Deion Sanders. We just signed Randy White from Green Bay to Dallas. Who else was on that show? Roy Williams, Randy White was there, and Ed Too Tall Jones. I know it's some more Cowboys, because they normally have, like, except for the October shows, but their spring and summer shows, they bring anywhere between 10 to 14 Dallas Cowboys past and current players. And after this show was over with, because we was on a Sunday schedule with the Steelers. So after the show ends at 4, we hung out at this Mexican restaurant. We went to this barbecue place called Wilford's, and we got some pulled pork and all this other stuff and having a good old time. Then we went across the street to this Mexican spot and had margaritas and all this other stuff. So Ed Too Tall Jones was sitting in front of me. So I'm going through my purse, and he saw my keychain. He said, "Oh, so you're a Zeta?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I know you're a Q. You crossed that. You crossed that Tennessee State. I know HBCU. You a bruh and all this other stuff." And he was like, "You know we love the Zetas." I said, "Yeah, I know y'all do." And and he's real cool and everything. And he is so tall. Like I'm 5'8", 5'9", and he's 6'9".
Oh wow.
So when we took the picture and everything, they was like, "Would you like to stand on a step stool?" I was like, "No." I was on the balls of my feet. Girl, they were burning. But I was like, "No, I don't need no step stool."
That's funny.
But
Sharon
yeah.
said DMV was the best 4 years spent in her life. And Mr. Brown said, "What's the details on Roy Williams and Kelly Rowland breakup?" You know, I don't know nothing about them. I don't know nothing about them people.
Well, you know, she's with Destiny's Child, and she started dating him. And when did that last album come out? 2003, 2004.
Is that her baby daddy?
No. Her baby daddy is her husband.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So he I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Sorry, Mr. Brown. We don't know nothing about them people. Okay. Well, listen, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for a game tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck.
We're hoping to win this weekend. I'm not getting my hopes up, and hopefully we can come back next week and we're talking about a win. Same
we're
time
gonna
next
put,
week, 7:30.
We're gonna put it. We're gonna put it in the atmosphere.
We're gonna put it in the atmosphere. Now, if BW LF is hosting their NFC East at 8:00, we cutting this short. We're gonna get straight to the point. We're gonna do our thing, and then we getting off, and then we jumping on there.
Sounds good to me.
Good. Well, listen, y'all, everybody, thank you. I appreciate y'all coming on, sharing. Good talking to you, sis. Mr. Brown, always a pleasure. Let's see, V and TT and who else did I miss? There was somebody else that was on here.
Alvin, Sharon.
My guy, Steve, he's already had left. And there was a guy. Rayshawn Stanch.
Yeah, he's in OA. He's in OAT.
Okay, and Sandra Rowe, yes, thank you for coming on. Uncle Charles, thank you for coming on. I always like to make sure that we I appreciate people that come on and give us a shout out, and even if you're just coming on and say hey. All right, Sharon, I love you, Mr. Brown. Thank you. Love y'all. And we're gonna see y'all next week for the recap of the Commodores.
She call them the Cowboys.
The Commies and the Cowboys on next Tuesday. And tomorrow I don't have a guest. It's just gonna be me and Coach Bryant. We're just gonna get caught up on some things because we have a game tomorrow and it's on the other side of town. And so I don't want something crazy to happen. And then I'm running in here on two wheels. So I didn't schedule a guest. But we got some things that we gotta get caught up on tomorrow. But we might have some people pop in. We always like pop in guests. So people are welcome to pop in tomorrow. All right, Laura, we love y'all. Thank you to the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame, our sponsor, and we appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.